Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
What did you look at me for?
Because I'm welcoming you back.
I've always been here. Talk to them.
Welcome back.
You're so weird.
Well, what do we got today?
Socks.
I got my socks on.
I have house shoes on. I have really cute house shoes on. These ones.
You and your leopard print.
I like them. They're fun.
All right. Well, we've got another Bedstu item today. And this one, you got it a couple weeks ago. 3 weeks. No.
It's been maybe 2.
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
And she was real leery about this one in the beginning. I liked it. It looked cool. I thought it was pretty cool looking. And, of course, you guys know I'm a leather guy, so I was obviously grab a hold of it and feel it and look at things. And I was down for it when I seen it. And she was kind of leery of it, and she hasn't stopped carrying it. So, why don't you go ahead with the wonderful presentation that you have for this bag. This is the Bedstu Ariel.
Yeah.
And the color pattern is Starry Night TD is what it's labeled as on...
TD?
Yeah, the website. It says Starry Night TD.
What's TD mean?
Tie-dye.
Oh.
So it's Starry Night tie-dye. So.
If you see the curtain moving behind us, it's because our bedroom's back there and my dog's crate is currently back there. And he's trying to go to bed. And my cat is not a fan of the dog, and so he's afraid to go to bed. So just to disregard the wiggling curtain if it happens. You never know what's going to happen in this house. So before I show you this bag, I want to say a few things. Like, our local Birkenstock store carries this brand. And he had gone in there after we had bought the original Howie backpack and first was turned on to this brand. He had gone in there and actually looked at this bag and considered buying it for me, didn't you?
Yep, I did. This is a second go around for this same style bag.
You mean same style?
Or the same bag.
Like, you looked at it twice.
I looked at it twice. I looked at it once and I thought, I'm not going to chance it. And then...
Because it's big.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't carry big bags usually, and I can't carry big bags. For one, I don't usually because I only carry 3 things, as I've shown you before in many of our other videos. And for 2, I can't most of the time because they're heavy and I have neck and shoulder issues, and so it causes problems. So that was one of the reasons he didn't, but he looked at it before I did. And then when he told me on our next trip to the store that he was thinking about buying this one for me, or had thought about it in the past, I looked at it, and we had been in there like 2 or 3 more times after that, and every time I was in there I looked at it because I do like it. So, but I was just always like, well, it's kind of big, so I wasn't sure. But last time we were in there, he's like, you look at this thing every time we're in here, you might as well just get it.
Just get it.
So we just got it.
Just get it.
So
I was down for it because you guys know, you've seen me enough to know that I'm a leather guy. And I really love what Bedstu does. If you haven't got to look up any information about their tannery, their process and how they process the leather with the vegetable tanning, you got to look that stuff up and do a little research on it. And I was really impressed. I like how they do things. And the leather really shows. I've told you guys before that, with the other previous bag brands that we've done, to me, and everybody's different, but to me, Bedstu's got a top grade, top of the line leather cut. And I really do like it. I mean, it's...
And me caring about animals and the environment, I really appreciate how they get their materials from sustainable sources, and they use as part of their process is like chemical free as far as formaldehyde, and chromium was the other one. Like, these bags aren't going to hurt you or like absorb anything into your skin, and it wasn't there's dust. It wasn't dangerous for the workers to make these bags, and so I really appreciate all of that. It really means something to me for that reason. So anyway, they've waited long enough.
Go for it.
Let's get to it.
The Ariel.
Here it is. That was not a real song. So it is a tote style because it has 2 straps. So that technically makes it a tote, but it also has like the saggy, squishy slouchiness of a hobo. So it's a tobo.
It's a tobo.
So anyway, this is what the front of the bag looks like, and they, like he was saying, this color pattern is called Starry Night, and I'm not really sure what the colors look like coming across on camera, but this side is kind of like a rosy brown, like a brown with rose undertones, or a rose color with brown undertones. It's like dirt and roses had a baby and made this color. It's really pretty, and like it looks different in different lighting too.
She's very descriptive on how she goes through these colors.
I'm gonna put the straps down. Okay. Then the center color is like taupey gray sand-ish, right? Like, wouldn't you say?
You are all over the place with these
colors.
colors.
I'm trying to let people know, like, because they can picture objects fine, you know? And then on the the far right side, it blends more into like grays with maybe some blue hues underneath. So it's really cool. And no 2 bags are going to be the same because from what I understand, these are hand done. And so you might have a little more rose on yours, or a little more gray on yours, or a little more taupe on yours. And the front and the back are going to be completely different. So on the front, you've just got the leather patch that says Bedstü with their catchphrase down there. Catchphrase isn't the right word.
No, slogan.
Yes,
slogan.
their slogan. And then here's the back. Let me move the straps out of the way again. And you see stitching around the outside here because on the inside there's a pocket that is this size inside. And so they've just done the stitching, and they've added at the top these little stud looking things to kind of finish it off, and it looks really nice. And so you see the fading of the colors here too, and there's, you know, some gray that's bled over this way. I mean, it's just so interesting and so unique to look at.
And I think even from front to back, like for instance this side right here, if you look at how dark it is on this side, it looks kind of light, but on this side it's very dark. You can tell where it's not uniform in any way. It's all, you can tell it wasn't done by a machine. It was handmade.
And one of the things that I saw on their website, when you click on an object or an item and you scroll down to like the item's description, it says either handmade or made by real people. And I thought that was cool because they do. And even the straps, as you can see, are faded, you know, from one color to the other, faded into each other. And there's some bleeding of the rose here where it looks like that they may have dripped some and it's run, you know, the dye, which I think is super cool because, like I said, each one of these bags is going to be completely unique. All the Starry Night bags may have the same color dyes used, but they're not going to be in the same placement. They're not going to bleed the same from one color to the other. It's just every single bag is different, and I think that's awesome. So let's get on to the inside. The closure of the bag is not a zipper or anything. It is just one little button, magnetic button, that closes it. But honestly, it's strong, and I can carry this thing around all day, get in and out of the side, and this won't come undone. So it's pretty secure. And it's not wide open enough on either side while you're carrying it that people could like see down in there to your stuff or anything. So I've got stuff in here right now, so let me take all that out. These are the things that I typically carry, all 3 of these things. But nobody knows until now. If you watch these videos, you know I only carry 3 things in all my bags.
It's quite a large bag for 3 items.
I know. But the public doesn't have to know that when I'm out and about. Hold the side out like this.
Hold this side out. All right.
Okay. So on the inside, it is raw leather. Like, there's no lining, which I absolutely love. I mean, not that I have any problems with lining, but I think it's really great when the raw leather's on the inside because it just feels special. I don't know. There's just something extra about that. And so it's just true, genuine, suede-y. I mean, it's wonderful. You've got a key leash in here that is leather. The same, and then the clip is the same kind of hardware they use on all their other bags, their zippers and rings and stuff. And the key leash is dyed also. Now it's all gray, but it does go from dark to light in different variations per side. I mean, it's awesome. They even took the time to pick out a piece of leather for the key leash that matches the bag.
Yeah, something they could have very easily just took a piece of woven plastic cord and put on it. That they didn't do that. They took the time to put leather in, and that really stands out. It shows their craftsmanship and how much they thought they put into them.
And then on the back, like I said, you've got this enormous zip pocket. And the zip pocket, like the outside of the pocket, or the front, the face of the pocket rather, is leather, just like the bag. It is the same leather as the bag, and it is dyed the same way as the bag. Now you see, I hope you can see, on the left here, it's the rose. It goes to the taupe and into the gray. It's not even, like I said, it's not the same, like, size of each color as the bag, because everything is hand done. But the fact that they took the time to make it the same colors as the bag, the same material as the bag, that's really, really nice. And let me show you. See, and these are things I didn't even notice, really, until looking at it. The zipper pull is even done out of the same leather, dyed with the same colors. Everything is consistent and beautiful. So you open this enormous pocket. It is really, really deep because you saw the stitching on the other side, which shows the size of the pocket. And the inside of the pocket, raw leather. I mean, it's great. It's so thick. It feels really nice. And then here, on this top, pull up my sleeves, they're annoying me. On this top part, you see there's this patch of fabric here. This is a cell phone pocket. So from the front, I'll turn this around quick. From the front, you see the stitching on here and the logo patch, and that's where your cell phone pocket is. So you open this up, you slide your phone right down in there. It's easy access all the time while you're wearing the bag. Just reach in and grab it. It's wonderful. I've been using this pocket every day. And then the one day that I had my cell phone pocket in my leggings pants pocket thing, I stuck my sunglasses in here, and they fit perfect. So it's great for that. So this is the inside. And the dye that they used, you can see on the inside of the bag too. I'm not sure how much it's coming across on camera, but you can see the pinks and the grays and all of that. So, excuse me. It's just great. Now, the only thing I wish they would have done differently, and I was telling Andy this today, so Bedstü, if you ever see this video, this is just a suggestion. The only thing I would have done differently is, instead of using fabric here for this cell phone pocket, I would have used leather, just like this other zip pocket on the back, just to keep it uniform. However, I was wondering if maybe they used the fabric because it's softer on the phone screen or something, but I don't know. I'm sure they had a reason because everything else they do is so well planned. But just for looks-wise, I would have preferred it be leather. So
see, and I don't see it as being for the phone screen thing because this is soft.
It is soft, and most people have screen protectors.
And I talk about Bedstü's leather. I talk about their cuts of leather, and this stuff is thick. It's soft, but it's not heavy.
No.
And if that in your mind, if that doesn't resonate and it doesn't come across as something that's possible, it is possible. It's very thick, it's very soft, it's very luxurious, but it's light. It's
and
very
that's
light.
Why, like, after I got this bag and started carrying it, first day I knew, okay, this is going to work for me because it isn't heavy and it doesn't hurt. And these straps are like, I mean, look at this. Look how soft. I can't even, it's like carrying butter on your shoulder or something, which would be really messy. But Bedstü makes it possible for me to carry a big bag and not be in pain. So thank you.
And also, another line of the things that I look at is, I look at craftsmanship. because that I'm oriented by, if you buy quality, you buy it once and you use it. And for instance, these handles, you obviously can't make one whole strap, one single piece of leather. Where they put these straps together, they are double stitched and they are riveted on both sides. And you are not going to tear that apart. You're not going to rip it apart.
No.
It is quality. All of their stitching is very uniform, very clean.
This just adds a nice touch to it. It adds that little bit of edginess.
Yeah, but their stitching is beautiful. I mean, it is straight, it's clean, it looks nice. They have a good quality craftsmanship that I really like.
And let me tell you something else I love. And at some point, I'm going to do a comparison video between one of my Bedstü bags and a Dooney & Bourke Florentine bag, because the leathers are comparable as far as the way they feel and the thickness, don't you think?
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm talking about thickness and the way it feels in your hand. They're comparable.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a comparison video at some point about the wear and tear, because I'm not careful with my bags. Some of them I am. Like, some of them I are. Guys, it is 10 o'clock at night. I am tired. If I mispronounce something, I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is 10 o'clock at night.
Some of my bags I am careful with because, like, you know, for instance, the one that he used to, like, hide my engagement ring in when he proposed. Like, I'm careful with that one because it's really special to me, and it's got suede that wraps around at the bottom, and I don't want to tear that up. And, you know, some of my other ones I'm careful with, but my daily drivers, for lack of better words, I use them. I just use them. And I try not to set them on the floor, but I'm not gentle either. And so to test this leather out, the past 2 weeks that I've been carrying this bag, I have been intentionally rough. And I have not been careful at all because I want to see, okay, how does this really hold up? And these corners, well, I mean, this bag doesn't really sit up by itself because, look, it's an envelope with handles on it.
Oh, speaking of which, we got to do the dimensions.
We will. We'll get there. But yeah, it's an envelope with handles, so it doesn't really stand up by itself unless you pull it open and, like, well, with stuff in it, and leave it open, then it kind of sits up. But so I just toss it down on my desk at work or in my car seat or on any surface, whatever, and there's no scratches, there's no rubbing, there's nothing on these corners that touch everything. There's nothing. Oh, and here's a logo patch on the back too, by the way.
There's one on the front also.
I already pointed out the front, but
oh, did you?
Well, this top one, and then they have their little two little symbols that go above the U, you know. But anyway, like, there's nothing. There's no wear at all on this bag, and I've not been easy with it on purpose. So it's amazing, and that's something else I really appreciate about the leather from this brand. Like, they make a product that I can live my life with. I don't have to be careful. I don't have to baby it. These bags can be a part of my daily life without having to think. And I really, really appreciate that because life is so busy and I carry so much crap sometimes for work, and I'm just everywhere, and I don't want to have to think, oh my gosh, I can't set this there. Where am I going to put this? Like, I just don't want, I want to be able to just live my life and have this go along with me, and they can. It's great. I just have no complaints. At all.
See, I really haven't heard her complain anything about this bag.
No, I mean, the only thing, like, at the beginning, I think it was just learning curve, was getting used to the straps. Because, one, I've never had straps this thick before. Two, I've never had straps this floppy. And I think that's what made it difficult at first, because they're floppy. You can't just grab it and throw it on your shoulder. You actually have to take a second and get them ready and throw it on your shoulder. And something I've noticed is, okay, they fit really well together if you have the back one with the raw side down and the front one with the raw side up, so that they fit together flat like this from the side. However, or vice versa, but the front side of the leather, the shiny side, is very slippery, and so I was finding that I couldn't keep it on my shoulder that way just because it would slide off my clothes. And so I have to make sure when I'm going to carry it for an extended period of time that I have both straps with the raw side down. I put one on top of the other, kind of treat it like a hobo that way, because my shoulders aren't very wide this way, so I can't carry it with the straps side by side like this, they have to be one on top of the other. But if the raw side is down, then that sticks to my shirt and it will not fall off. So that's really great. But it's not that I don't like the straps, I do, and I don't think I'd change anything now that I've gotten used to it, but it was definitely a learning curve just because I've never had anything like this. So, and then, you know, if I'm just getting out of the car and heading into the office or something and I don't have a lot to carry, I'll just, you know, grab it like this with the straps down and throw it under my arm or whatever. I mean, you can do whatever. And another thing I appreciate is, because I don't have a whole lot of places to store these bags in this tiny house that we live in. And so I can just, please don't cringe, fold this thing in half and stick it in my little basket that I have under the bed, and there it goes. And it takes up no space. And it doesn't hurt the bag. These bags are just made for life, for real life. And I appreciate that.
Yes, if you guys didn't catch that, she did say tiny house. We do live in a 320 square foot tiny house.
Yeah. So I like bags that can stow away in what very little space we have left. So yeah, this is great. It's just great. And it's like a hug. I mean, this leather is squishy and delicious. It's wonderful.
Okay.
I'm sorry, there's just nothing bad. There's nothing bad at all.
All right, well, let's measure it. These people want to see what size it is. So, top to bottom.
12 and a half.
12 and a half?
Yeah, it's
about 12 and 3/4.
12 and 3/4, yeah.
All right, side to side. We're at 17 inches.
See, it doesn't feel that big. You want to measure the depth there, Andy?
The thickness is right about
3/4 of an inch.
We'll say nah. You ain't even. Let me get my contractor glasses out here. I'd say it's about maybe just a hair over a half inch.
Yeah.
Ain't very thick.
No, but like that doesn't stop you from putting crap tons of stuff in here.
Let's do the strap drop because people are going to want to know. You're
Yeah.
talking about the straps and the size and.
Now see where I've carried it so much with the front strap on top. It's now I think stretched out a little because this leather will stretch. Leather does that. So we'll just put them together and you can measure that.
We'll say right there. It's not a real accurate measurement, but
No, because it's floppy.
we'll give her a good roundabout 15 inches.
Okay, I'm going to stick my stuff back in here and maybe like throw a couple more things in here so you can see what it actually looks, because it is, like I said, kind of envelope thin. I want you to see what it looks like with stuff in it. I've got some books right here that I'll just, whoop, tripped on a dog toy. I'll just throw in here. So, yeah, this.
You want to do mod shots with that in there?
Yeah.
Let's show the people what it looks like.
Well, I'll just stand up right here.
Y'all come with me. I'll get the camera. That way you can see it.
Okay, so here's kind of what it looks like, you know, with some bulk in there, front and back. It doesn't look so flat. Are the colors coming across good on the camera now that you're looking at it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, so then putting it on, just here's what it looks like.
You're all of 5.
I'm 5'2"
Two.
and 128 pounds, if that gives you anything for reference. So, like, usually big bags make me look like a dwarf. But he says this looks really good. Because it's not huge, it like doesn't stick out far this way and overwhelm me, I think. So, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Wonderful.
I think it's great.
Looks great. There you go, guys. There's your mod shots. We'll set you back down there. Don't go away. We'll set you back down there.
So, yeah. I was excited to do this video, but I'm kind of sad at the same time because this is the last Bedstü bag we have at the moment. So we've got to wait until we are able to buy something else to do another review.
Oh,
on
don't
them.
think she ain't been looking.
Oh, I've been looking, but his kids are coming in soon for the summer, and we got to be responsible adults for a little while. So we probably should kind of slack off on the buy-in a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so we'll be back at some point with another one because we both, I think, really like this brand. They've got shoes for men and women, and I don't know how you feel about like trying their shoes for yourself, but like I really want to try a pair of shoes because if they're as great as these bags, I can only imagine how they'd feel on your feet. So that's hopefully in the future at some point too. So very exciting.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add about this bag?
I think I covered everything.
Well, anyway, it from what I've seen and my perspective of it, they've got great leather. I mean, it's top-notch leather. It is. They've got good craftsmanship. The stitching's beautiful, nice and straight. I mean, uniform. They're great-looking bags. They're built great. So, you know, if you guys haven't seen any, if you don't have any local retailers around you that have any, don't be afraid to hop on their website and grab something, anything.
And they have a return policy.
I don't know what the return policy is.
I can't remember exactly how much time you have, but if you're not satisfied with something, you can return it. So, and there are bags secondhand all over Poshmark for this brand. So if you're afraid to spend that much for your first one on a brand new thing, you know, you don't want to take that plunge, buy something secondhand just to get a feel of the leather first, you know.
And you know, we're talking about price point. These really aren't that expensive as far as price point's concerned.
Compared to some of the other brands.
Compared to some of the other.
Like Dooney and Coach, they're out through the roof compared to these.
This bag was
$2-something, $2.75
it was
or something.
$2-something.
Like that. We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, well, I'll put it in the description below.
Check out their colors too. Like on their website, this bag has more than one color, but all their other bags, I mean, they've got some gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So yeah, check out that stuff.
And they got a new one I seen. It was pineapple, I think.
Oh, it's the Ventura.
It was something in pineapple.
Pineapple sherbet.
Was that what it was?
Is the name of the color? Yeah.
It was pretty cool looking.
It's pink.
I have to admit, it was pretty cool.
Pink. What else was I gonna say? Oh, so what do we got coming up next? I know we are gonna try to do a video of a size comparison between the Dooney Florentine satchels. I've got a bag coming in the mail that is very nostalgic for me, so I'll probably do a little story time on that. It's not something you can even buy anymore, but it'll be a fun story time. What else we got coming? Anything? We gotta squeeze all these in before the kids get here.
I don't know.
So, anyway.
You'll find out the same time I find out what it is.
I have a list.
So stay tuned. Don't leave us. Don't go anywhere, because there'll be a lot more coming.
And if you want to try out this brand, we have a bag for sale. Check out our video, on the Ventura by Bedstü, and I am selling that bag. It's fantastic. A little crossbody, but it doesn't work for me and my personal needs as far as the layout of the bag inside. So I'm letting that one go. So if you want to dip your toes into it, that would be a good one to start with. So if you're interested in that, our Facebook information is always in the description box. Reach out to us and let us know.
Absolutely. And as always, hit that subscribe button, pound that thumbs up, tap that little notification bell so you know the next time we put out a video and you'll be notified.
Mm-hmm. And share us with your friends.
Absolutely. Share us with your friends. Well, we're glad that you came. We're glad you stopped by and enjoyed this little time with us, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.